Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to stage 5, not stage. Again, I got it wrong. It's part no, it is stage. I got it right. It is stage 5, not issue 5, but stage 5 of Hero Collector presenting Build the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. This is a big collection part work for a big car. That's the little thing to remind me what stage we're on. Car parts stage 5. Stage 6 will be next time. Not doing that one yet. We're doing this one with the bell housing connector, the plate, the bell housing, gearbox connector, oil pan, gearbox housing, right, and all that, which are miraculously here in a lovely blue sort of yeah, not, I don't know, sort of purpley blue colour. It's an unusual colour, but it's quite nice, and it's nice that it's very different to the other artwork engines that I've been building with the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. So yes, this is a self-contained part of the build, so we don't need anything else other than what we've got here. And yeah, basically, I'm just going to start putting it together. Now we're going to be using some DM and EM screws, but not the EM quite yet. I'll be using 2 of the DM screws on this first part. I'll get a few of them out. Apparently I'll get all of them out and leave them there. We are starting with these 2 parts. No, we're not. We're starting with these 2 parts. This is going on the outside of there, just like that. Doesn't matter which way up that goes. And it's being attached from the inside with those screws we were just talking about. So let's get one of those ready. I'll put that down first. We'll get that up. Get that there. Get that through one of these holes. Like so. And then we can put that into the part. That's interesting. That's not securing it at all. Okay, because that's the wrong part. It's not that part at all. It's that part. Yes, make sure you get the parts correct. They look very similar in the picture, but they're not. And this one has screw threads on it, which makes it convenient for putting screws into it. Otherwise, it's a real pain. So let's get one of those in just a little bit. Then we can get the other one in just a little bit more. You can actually see in there when it's lined up properly. As you can see through it. We'll get that there. Tighten that down. Just like that. Then I can go back and tighten down the first screw. And that is stage 1. That's part 1. I don't know what they call this part. It can't be a stage because this whole thing's stage 5. So this might be, I don't know, step 1. We'll call it steps. I'll forget that for next time. But step 2, we are assembling the bell housing. So we're putting that to one side. We're using that bit. Now we're using that bit. And 2 DM screws. Just see where I've got quite a few of them out. So this is going through there. From the, what? I'm lost. Oh, it's going from that side. Right, through there. So it comes out the front a bit like that. And that's held in place from this side. Good, because the holes are too big for the screws to actually bite into, so they'll just go straight through there into the other metal part and hold that in place. I should mention all of these parts are metal except for that bit. That is plastic, which is the oil pan or whatever it's called on there, which I don't think we're actually using it at all. Oh no, we are. We are using that on this bit. Yeah. So there we go. Get that tightened up in there. Don't know anything about engines, as you'll be aware if you've watched any of my other part work builds with cars in them. So I got no idea what that bit is, why it goes there, what it does. No clue at all. That is then going on to here, that way round. And that's being held in place with 3 EM screws, which look a lot like DM screws, but I think they're very slightly shorter. Actually, they're a fair bit shorter, actually. So let's get those out. This is sort of locked in place anyway, but as ever, when putting in any type of multiple screw attachment, it's worth getting all of the screws in place first before tightening the first one down. Especially when there's more than 2. Because you'll get 2, if you put in 2 and tighten them down, the third one might not line up quite right, and then you'll have to go back, loosen the others and adjust it and everything. But once you make sure they're all where they should be, then you can go ahead and tighten them down without any problem at all. This is the bell housing, apparently. Now, on stage 3, it's not stage 3, I was going to call it step 3, we shall build the gearbox. So we're going to be taking one of these parts, that one that looks like that with the posts coming out of it. That is going on the front there with that this way, on there like that. Oh, right, so that bit is just holding that in place there with another DM screw. That one in there. Now this build I am intending to have somewhat weathered, so the engine is going to have to get some attention. It's not going to be factory fresh. The Dodge Charger I think is going to be factory fresh, but this one is going to be, it's an old car, it's been out in the world for a bit, so yeah, I'm going to have to do some weathering on that. So that is then going over the top there with 2 EM screws. That's the end of the DM screws actually. Let me put those 2 away and keep them safe in my spares pack. I will need 3 more of these. There we go, so 2 of those spare as well. So 2 of these are going to hold that bit together through those holes there. I'm not worried if these are, say, left open as screw holes or if there's anything going to be covering them over, as the engine is no doubt going to be locked away the vast majority of its time in the front of the car, and this is probably going to be the side that you can't see even if you do open it, so I'm not concerned. That's that. Turning it over, this is then fitted onto there. Now there is a directionality of this. There is in fact a little notch there and a little blob there, so you've got to get that the right way round or it won't fit. You've got a little blob on the outside there that is important for the reasons of the car and the stuff and the things. I don't know why it's important, but I'm sure it is. People who know things about cars will obviously be certain that it goes the correct way around. So that is just 1 screw in there, so we can make sure that lines up before I tighten it down. Tighten it down. Everything is not wobbling around. And that is the end of the stage 5 build. It's a nice little engine block, basically. Quite cool. And that's it. There's nothing more to talk about, really. That's what I've done. That's that. Next time I shall be building onto this, I think. So we're continuing to start doing some engine stuff, because we've done some exterior stuff, so now engine stuff. I like mixing it up. So hopefully you're enjoying the build. If you're following along, or even if you're well ahead of me, I know that I'm behind the times on this. Some people have been doing this for nearly 2 years, or possibly over 2 years. I'm not entirely certain. So if you're ahead of me, give me a shout. Let me know if there's any problems arising that I should know about. Other than that, I shall see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.